Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Doreen Tiwole Kalembe. I'm currently a PhD student in UGA, that's the University of Georgia, and I hope we can get on this journey of success together. So we shall be talking about how to get scholarships for your undergraduate degree and your grad degree. So in the United States, when they talk about graduate, or in other places of the world, when you see like a graduate application, that applies to a master's person, someone who wants a master's degree, and another person who wants to pursue their PhD degree. So what is undergraduate? So the undergraduate one is the one we call the bachelor's degree in most countries. So today I'll be concentrating mostly on the international students part, because that's where most of my comments come from, and most of my questions come from people that are international rather than the citizens of the United States. And I'll be talking about the undergraduate people. So let's start with the undergraduate. Most cases, when someone is applying to a certain school, let's say maybe Harvard or Stanford or Yale or UGA, that's University of Georgia, or Georgia Tech, or University of North or South Carolina. So most of them they'll be applying through what we call the Common App. So when you open your Common App, there'll be two options. They'll first ask you, do you need financial aid? And you have to either say yes or no. And remember, when you say no, it means they'll never consider you for financial aid if you apply to that university, because of course that is what you said in your Common App. Please always say yes. Now, what happens after you have said yes? Now, when you say yes to financial aid, you'll go through, they will take you out of the Common App, and then they will take you to what we call a CSSS profile. That is where they will ask you questions about your family. What do they do? How much money do they bring in? That is your parents. How many siblings do you have? So they just want to find out whether you really need the financial help. So after you're done with that part of the financial aid, there is what we call the merit scholarship. So when you hear that someone has come on a fully funded scholarship as an undergraduate student, in most cases they first applied. After applying, they were considered for the merit scholarship. So let's say maybe the merit scholarship gave them something like 50,000 US dollars, or maybe let me say 75% of their tuition and everything was covered, and then the financial aid covers the 25%, so that then you have a full ride into that university. So after you've said yes to the financial aid option, then the application status is going to start. Like, that is when now we open your application window, and you're like, first things first, you first apply to the university. That is, you apply to your college that you want to apply to, that's the university. And then after applying, you apply for aid. After applying for aid, you get admitted into a university. And if you're an undergraduate student, like you're applying to get your bachelor's degree, that is the undergraduate degree, you will be considered for the merit scholarship. Now, if the merit scholarship gives you, let me say 75%, you will also now get the financial aid. Now, already you're at 100% and you're at the full ride. Like, you're leaving your country into another country on a full ride. Now, what happens to the graduate students? So graduate students always have two options. Either they're going to go for a research assistantship position, or they're going to go for the teaching assistantship position. So when they apply as a research assistantship, it means they're going to be helping out a certain professor in their lab, and they will be paid for that. So in most cases, when you get into a university on a research assistantship, that means that you don't pay any tuition, and then you get a stipend, a monthly stipend, depending on what your supervisor or advisor or professor is going to be paying you. And then the ones that go on a teaching assistantship position, it means they have to teach a certain class, they have to grade some papers, they have to answer questions from students, and then they will also get that additional pay, which is known as a stipend, to be able to fund those other expenses, but in most cases their tuition is covered. If we are to wrap all these things up, number one is you're going to first find your college. After finding the college, you're going to apply for admission into that college. After applying for admission into that college, you're going to apply for financial aid. After applying for your financial aid, you're going to get admitted into a university, get your scholarship, get the aid, go to the university on a full ride scholarship. So in most cases, the merit one will cover a portion of it, and then the financial aid will cover another portion of it. Hope this helps. Good luck. See you in the next one, because I'll be posting the videos of the scholarships in the next one. Bye bye.